audience. Welcome back to Hot Seat. Hey, this is the talk show that has guts, right? All right, now it's time to introduce our first victim on the Hot Seat tonight, David. And who do we got here?
First up tonight, Wally, is liberal activist Rodney Brunlinger.
Hey, Wally.
Hold it.
I was wondering where you dug up all these loudmouth Hitler youth.
Oh! Hey, don't you dare Hey, don't you dare insult my audience. They are Americans. You're a punk. Now, let me ask you this. Hey, first of all, Rodney, why in the world did you come wearing a raincoat to my show, huh?
You geek. You wouldn't know a main coat from a raincoat.
Huh? What?
Wally, you wouldn't know a main coat from a raincoat if it wrapped around your head.
Yeah, I think I saw him walking into a porno movie house with that raincoat on. Now listen, let's get down to the issues as time permits. We are, and President Reagan is in favor of, and so am I, and anyone who has any brains is in favor of workfare in this country. And what is workfare? It's welfare, but if the person who gets that welfare check is physically able, then that person must work to get that welfare check. You for that? But Rodney is against it. Why are you against workfare, Rodney?
Well, Wally, first off, I noticed that you used Ronald Reagan as a reference there. I wouldn't use him as a reference for, he doesn't care about the disabled or the retired or the people that are disadvantaged. So you're using a very, not a very good person as a reference point right there.
What do you mean he doesn't care about the disabled? What he said about workfare is, if you'd only read up and know what you're talking about, Ronald Reagan cares very much about the needy and the disabled. What he said about workfare is, welfare was meant to help the truly needy, and those are the ones he wants to help. But there are lazy liberal loafers like Rodney here. But there are lazy loafers who would like to spend the rest of their lives from cradle to grave living on welfare. And what workfare will do is, these lazy loafers, if they find out they have to work to get their welfare check, maybe they'll decide the free lunch is over and they'll go out and get a job like the rest of us, right?
First off, Wally, this only affects people that have not children under 5 or totally physically able. This money would be better spent. I personally, on this view, I fall into the capitalist point of view. I believe in educating these people.
You fall into the nitwit
No,
point of view.
hey, listen to me. Hold on. I want to educate these people or put them into a trade school and get them on the tax rolls and get them off the loafer rolls instead of having them picking up paper in a park, wasting taxpayers' money with supervision, enforcement, courts, and all that stuff for their menial labor performed. Instead of having them just kicking around paper in a park, let's train them and get them on the tax rolls so they can start paying taxes.
Trained, Rodney.
If we train them so they can have a $20,000 a year job, that the lure of money will lure them into the job market. Yes, Wally.
It will not lure them.
Offer me a free education, and I'll become a bigger taxpayer.
Rodney. It will not lure them at all. The only thing that's going to lure them back into the job market is to realize that they can't live off the taxpayers anymore, that the free lunch is over. They've got to get...
There is no free lunch, Wally.
There is now on
welfare.
welfare.
Very, very tough requirements.
Do you know that there are some people who have been on welfare all through their entire lives?
Because they're not able to make... They're not... Wally, they're not able to make more than $500 or $600 a month, so they'd rather sit around for it. I want to make these people able to make a lot, give them a trade so they can make $2,000 a month, get out there and pay $500 a month taxes instead of taking $500 a month out of yours and my hard-earned money.
Yes,
Get them off the welfare rolls and put them on the tax
All
rolls.
you do when you send them to school is give them another 3 or 4 years to goof off. And what is... And what in the world is wrong with cleaning up the parks? Why shouldn't they go out and pick up newspapers?
I agree with Orange County, who has a lot of juvenile offenders clean up their parks instead of having them inside institutions wasting taxpayers' money again.
Rodney,
yeah.
what these welfare abusers are doing, is they're getting their welfare checks and they're getting their 6 packs of beer and laying on their butts on the beaches all day. Now, wait a minute. You all... Now, moving on... And going on to another issue that you are totally against regarding the working people of America, the government wants to be able, for people who are on welfare, they want to be able to fingerprint them and photograph them for proper identification. Don't you go along with that? Now,
oh, sure.
Why are you against the fingerprinting and the photographing of welfare recipients?
Okay, Wally, let me explain what I'm against. I'm against marching off the welfare recipients this week, marching off the Social Security recipients next week, marching off federal employees the week after that, marching off state employees the week after that, marching tax return people off after that, so they don't gyp the government. It's yours and Rambo Reagan's big brother machine wants to photograph and fingerprint everybody.
No, the big reason is, if you only realize the real reason for the fingerprinting and the photographing of welfare recipients is these idiots are coming up, these frauds, these phonies who are on welfare, are coming up with phony identification.